This upcoming year, I really hope it's going to be a great year, and some potential projects are coming down the pipeline right now. And so I'm just really excited about what to look forward to, not only working on other people's projects, but some of the things that I want to bring to life. I think this is the year. 2025 is when I start bringing some of my own projects to life. And I was thinking, I wonder if I should share some of the set stories that I've had. Every set is different. Every set has its own kind of vibe. Sometimes it's super serious. Sometimes it's super funny. Sometimes it's like out of control. Sometimes it feels like, are we getting paid to do this? Like, what the hell? And then sometimes I see some really cool stuff where it's just like, whoa, I can't believe like I just got to experience this, you know? And then there's days where I'm just like, why did I show up to set? All right, let me just think about some things that happened on set that were kind of memorable. I'll just share a couple of stories. And if you guys want more stories, let me know. The first story, I won't tell you which films because some of these things I probably can't, I'm not supposed to talk about. So there was a horror film that we were working on. There's a lot of scenes with a chainsaw. It was kind of a real chainsaw that they would put the prop onto it and then take the prop off and put it on when we want to get some close-ups of it. I don't know if I look like someone that I've handled a chainsaw or something, but for whatever reason, that prop master had to leave that day. And then they said, okay, we need you to push the saw through and then come down. And on the other side of that wall, they're filming it with the actress there. I was like, what the hell? They want me to punch a hole through a wall with the chainsaw that I've never used in my life before. I said, maybe I should actually do some practice takes somewhere. They call me up. They're like, all right, we're ready for the shot. So I hear a scream and I just go bam, and go through and literally just jam that thing into a wall. And then I hear, and cut. And I was just like, did we get it? Did we get it? Did we get it? And they were like, hell yeah, we got it. So I was really excited, right? On this same film, later on, the last day of principal shooting, I don't even remember how I became the first AC pulling focus for that day, which that wasn't like something that I was the greatest at, but I just kind of did it. There was a scene with a flamethrower, and it was pitch black. We were out in the desert. It was so dark that you couldn't really see, but when that flame hit, it was like, boom, it lit everything up. Well, imagine trying to take focus on that when you can't even see the person until the flame ignites. So anyways, the shoot was going on, and I had to leave that day. I had to go back home because I had something else I needed to be that next morning. We were doing a couple of takes. I think we were running out of propane, and I just said, you know what? I gotta go, guys. This is like an hour after I was supposed to leave. I handed over the focus wheel to someone else, and they did one take. It didn't happen. They didn't like it. They're like, David, get back over here and do this. So then we go like, one last take, let's go. And then bam, we got the shot. And so I still have never seen this shot, but I just remember I'm like, this is some crazy stuff. Like the other day I was using a chainsaw. The other day we flipped a car. It was just the coolest stuff I've ever seen. So those are some things that happened on that set. I've had very few negative experiences, but this one I was actually really surprised. When I got there, there was like a whole new camera crew, which I've never seen that, and all the ACs were brand new. It was kind of strange, right? That doesn't really ever happen. And so this was probably maybe 2 years into my career. Like I said, I was on the C camera, which is mostly like insert shots. So this was only about 15 minutes in. We shot this one scene, but for some reason, everyone kind of moved on to like another shot that was supposed to happen. Apparently, we weren't done there. One of the directors, and I don't know if he was on his phone or something, and he looked up and everybody's gone. And he was like, where the F did everybody go? What the? So one of the guys I've worked with on other projects, he's like, did you want us to move something? And this is what happened. He's like, I want this effing camera right here. He just lost it on us. And he just ranted for like 15 minutes. And I'm standing there and I'm like, this is a whole new crew that just showed up. I wonder if this is why there's a whole new crew, because everyone probably quit. But I know that was the first time that I was literally shocked with somebody losing their mind on set, screaming and cussing at us too, you know, and we're just like, we just showed up. I guess he just needed someone to let it out. So, and that's not typical, but I did want to share that kind of opened my eyes to when you experience different directors, different producers, and then you have, that was the first and probably only one I could think of that ever had like an ego. And it was really just crazy to see that. It wasn't called for, you know. We could have been just been like, move the camera, cool, we got it. You want this? Cool, we got it. Like, it wasn't a big deal. We could have taken care of it. And even moving the cameras took like 2 minutes, and then we had to wait 30 minutes to get everybody back on set, which he was steaming by then. In certain respects, it was kind of funny. It was shocking at first, but then it was kind of funny, like, how frustrated are you in life to have to let that out here? I just felt like, wow, what the heck just happened? This one, later on that night when I was driving home, they called me to tell me that they're gonna go back to one camera because it just wasn't productive for that day. And that's fine. And I didn't go back, and I was just like, no biggie, right? Another thing that I wanted to share with you that I thought was really crazy. We shot in a castle. It was a place called Rubel Castle. I think it was in Glendora. And we were shooting a film there, multiple areas around that property, which was so cool. It had a tower where we shot in. It had like these areas that they built out that looked like dungeons. And that project was actually really fun. I learned a lot on that set. But what happened was, it was the first time I experienced getting shut down. So the film got shut down because of something so trivial. So this place had an area for us to park. And then we also had to park on the street so that we didn't create an issue for the community. On this day, there was like an actor's friend parked right next to the castle, blocking somebody's driveway. But I don't know if he did that to run in and drop something off, or I don't really remember what happened. And so they called the cops. Police showed up about the complaint. They talked with the producers. All I know was because of that, they shut down production. And we had like a couple more days that we had to shoot there. And we came there to shoot some of the exterior shots and capture kind of like that castle essence, because they were trying to shut us down now, like shut everything down, and everything's on the property, which was even weirder. It wasn't like we were shooting on the street. We were inside a gated property shooting on their property. And for whatever reason, they were like, no, you need to shut it down. And I know the director got involved, and we were just kind of like all kind of shocked and stunned, like, what the hell's going on here? The cops were kind of cool. And so they told us, okay, you guys can finish shooting until I think like 4 p.m. And it was like 2 o'clock already. But man, it was a mad scramble. Like, it was like, go, like, get it done, get it done, get it, boom, move to the next area, get it done, get it done, get it done. When the director was like, got it, move, we just, boom, mad scramble to move everything. And it was freaking crazy. But that by far was like one of the coolest sets I worked on. That wasn't a set. It was somebody's freaking castle. It felt like you were transported back on time. That's why I realize now, when actors say when they step onto a set, you know, like a Star Wars set or something, you step on it and you're just like, oh, I'm in this world. I'm in that world. That's exactly what it felt like. Another story real quick before I let you go. It was for the movie Guillotine. This one I could say which one it was on. It was a great movie. The Guillotine, we had to move it from where the stage was at to somewhere around the back of the property. Nobody had anticipated that we'd have to move something that huge right after they built it there. We ended up finding like this massive wheelbarrow type thing. It was just massive to put like a bunch of hay. It would take at least 3 people to move it. And somehow we figured out how to put that onto that thing. And with like 8 of us picked it up and like moved it across the property. And I remember at some point I did see some video of somebody was standing on it, like whipping and shit while we were all like running with it. And it was just this massively heavy guillotine, fully built guillotine that we are moving around set. So, all right, guys, those are my set stories. I hope you like them. I'll share some more. If you like them, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And if you have any stories, feel free to share them. And then I think I'm going to share some more because I have so many.